pretty with the sun behind me, huh? Insta360 X4 gravel ride test. So, hopefully the wind is not crazy on this recording, but if so, that's fine. We're testing the Insta360 X4. Wanted to switch things up with action cams and just wanted to check out the 360 world and see if it was worth all the hype. I can tell you right now that I need actual bike mounts because my hand is cramping from holding the selfie stick. It's kind of interesting not really worrying about which direction the camera's pointing because it's supposed to capture it all. Hopefully. See what the limitations are. This is my first time ever using a 360 camera. Supposedly this thing records in 360 8K, which we know is not like real 8K. So it's 360. Maybe it's like a 5.7K equivalent or something. But that's one of the big drawbacks with 360 cameras, I guess, is video quality. So we'll see how this turns out. The other thing too is the experience with stitching, putting it all together. That'll be interesting. I've never done that before. So hopefully it's not too much of a pain. I hear it's pretty seamless, pretty painless. So we'll see how that goes. Nice little test. So I have this thing hooked up to a Rode Wireless Go, whatever, Pro, Wireless Pro Go with the flow in your face, yo. And it's heavy. That's the one thing. It's definitely heavy. It's like about 3 times heavier than my GoPro with a Ceramonic mic attached to it and the mic adapter. This thing has a pretty lightweight bracket attached to a small mic adapter, but the camera itself, man, much heavier. Getting a mount is the play, that's for sure. Okay, so we are gonna try this over the shoulder view. See how it looks. The one funny thing is I can't shift down with, oh God. Okay. I'm also interested to see how it stabilizes because I really wasn't paying much attention to this thing at all as we were going. It was just kind of bumping all around and curious to see how well the stabilization works. So the other weird thing is that in terms of frame rate, I mean, it has options for 24, 25, 30, 60, 120, etc. And normally for my videos, I record in 24. And because of the way cameras work and apertures and all that stuff, usually if you have, oh God, if you have that low of a frame rate, when you're in brighter environments, normally you need an ND filter. And for whatever reason, this one seems to do just fine without one. So not really sure what that's all about. Even in bright light, it seems to do pretty well. So curious to see if that'll translate well in post. Switch this thing back forward. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how the processing is going to be. The real reason why I got this camera is because I'm technically in training, sort of, quote unquote, for a bike ride coming up in about, I don't know how many weeks, a few weeks. It'll be my first 50-mile bike ride. I love the area where we're going to be going to. Sally, my wife, will be riding as well. She'll be riding the 25, I'll be riding the 50. And should I ride 25 or 12? I can't remember. Anyways, she's also training with me. But yeah, I thought this would be kind of a different, interesting way to capture some of that ride and also some of the training, as exciting as training is. Also a nice way to kind of settle back in the rhythm of life after such an amazing trip overseas and getting back in the rhythm of work and working out and staying active and looking after our health and well-being. So yeah, Insta360 X4. Let's go. Pretty with the sun behind me, huh? All right, so now that we're back here, to show you what the camera looks like. This is everything. And this is why it was so heavy at the end of this stick. And this is not even the longest it can go. So, it's got a little silicone lens cap, but if you just pop that right off, there's the camera and the other camera. And I have a little mic adapter attached, and then there's a little bracket that screws in between the selfie stick and the camera itself, onto which the Rode Wireless Pro transmitter, or receiver, I guess, the receiver connects to. And then I connect the transmitter to myself while I'm talking, and that's how I get the audio. In the very limited time I've had to play around with it, it's a lot of fun. Definitely want to get a mount for the bike and see how that looks. Probably a lot more stable, a lot more consistent in terms of the footage that I'll be able to get, and make it a little easier to edit. But yeah, it'll be pretty cool to bring it out and try it in different environments and just kind of see what kind of cool little interesting vantage points I'll be able to get. Aside from that, I think I said everything I wanted to say about this thing. Yeah, we'll see how I can incorporate it into different vlogs and different things that I'll be doing. And speaking of things that I'm doing, pop this right back on there. So coming up in the year, we have the bike ride that I mentioned. Going into November and December, I'm really trying to focus on mental health type things, maybe even a little spiritual. So I thought that for the last few months of the year, I wanted to focus a little bit less on training and the physical stuff, and talk a little bit more about the balance of that. So the things that I like to do to keep myself mentally focused, to keep myself engaged in everyday life and try to avoid burnout, which we've all been there. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm kind of storyboarding some ideas and seeing what that's going to look like. By the time you see this, hopefully I will have caught up with editing the videos that I've had pending. It's been on my to-do list, and as you know, I have been getting a little bit distracted with other bigger, more important things that have transpired in the months prior. So with that said, excited to get back on here and talk to the 6 of you who tune in and have your notifications on, because that's pretty cool. In the meantime, au revoir. What was that? When do I speak French? I'm going to Las Vegas later on this month. That's another thing. And I was looking at getting reservations for a French restaurant, and ever since then I've been like, au revoir. What was that? We'll see how that goes. Anyways, I'll be in Vegas for When We Were Young. It's their 3rd year. I think it's my last year. It's my 2nd year going, and it's probably gonna be my last year. And so I'll probably bring my stuff then, record a little bit. Anyways, laters.